Halten Sie mich verrucht, halten Sie mich für obergeschnappt. Es war so 1 voor Rangers gegen HSV. Freundschaftsspiel am Ibrox Stadion. Yes, folks, apologies to anybody who can actually speak German. Particular apologies to my wirklich leid to the family of the late great Herbert Zimmermann, the commentator on Germany's win in the 1954 World Cup final. But that was actually the password I tried to put in when I was setting up my Ibrox Wi-Fi account, and it still wasn't secure enough, even with all the umlauts and ampersands. Do you have trouble getting in there? It's £7.95 for a flat Fanta and a lukewarm steak pie. Yes, the summer is over. Pre-season is well underway. This is your Gersnet immediate post-match reaction pod telling you that Rangers beat HSV Hamburg by 2-1 in the second of 3 straight home pre-season friendlies. And I've got to say, I was pretty disappointed, folks. I've got this coral pink, salmon pink kind of polo shirt on, not just because it brings the natural beauty of my debauched complexion and my gorgeous eyes, not as a tribute to the top worn by Jack Butland today. It was the Hamburg goalkeeper who was wearing the old yellow jersey. Not in a tribute to the Lacoste pink polo shirt that I wore to Parkhead for the 1987 Glasgow Cup final, 4 days after Rangers had secured their first league title in 10 years, so that every time they sang a song I jumped up in the away section at the main stand in shocking pink. They couldn't miss me, giving it Champions. Yeah, it was because Hamburg wore a pink away top in the 1977 European Cup final against Anderlecht in Amsterdam when they won their first European trophy. They'd lost one Cup Winners' Cup final before that. No, Rangers lost 2 Cup Winners' Cup finals before we won our first one. Hamburg won. They lost the 1980 European Cup final, then they won it in 1983 against Juventus. I remember watching these games live on the telly, and with Manchester City winning the Champions League last month, becoming the 23rd club to be champions of Europe, Hamburg was the only one I had never seen in the flesh. I did that today, but that was supposed to be a wee side note, a wee kind of side issue from a fat, list-ticking bore like myself. The main thing was to see Rangers, see all these new signings. I wasn't at the Newcastle game the other night. I was on holiday, and to be honest, I was left kind of a bit disappointed today. I know it's just a pre-season friendly. There was 10 substitutions from Rangers through the course of the game today, probably the same from Hamburg, to be honest. Jack Butland was the only guy who remained in the park for the whole game. You've got guys like Kamar Roof and Tom Lawrence coming back. It was great to see them coming back, but from long-term injuries. So you're not expecting them to be breaking any kind of land speed records today. But I was expecting so much more from us, just in terms of attitude and in terms of kind of overall fitness. You're not looking at a side at this kind of stage of their development. We've got a hell of a lot of signings. It's good to see some of these new guys playing for us today. You're not expecting them all to kind of gel straight away. You're not expecting total cohesion from a performance in any pre-season friendly with the kind of number of substitutions that always happen in these games. But I was expecting a bit of dig, a bit of kind of general fitness, a bit of kind of thirst being kind of evident in Rangers play, and I didn't really see any of that. I went into the Broomlin today. I was too late to get my season ticket seat, which is in the main stand, so I went into the Broomlin front, because I wanted to jump about with the Union Bears and all that, but they were really quiet today. They must have been getting to them as well. The Broomlin was really quiet today, and I was sitting a seat at the top of a set of stairs. It was a cracking view, but of course people are coming up and down the stairs all the time. That was kind of distracting me from the play, but it didn't really take a lot to distract me. Listen, I'm going about Germany winning the 1954 World Cup. That was the social side of the Wirtschaftswunder, the economic miracle that saw Germany rebuilding itself, finally starting to feel as if it was getting itself back to normal after the utter devastation of the Second World War. Rangers went through something much worse than that devastation last season. We had to watch Celtic winning a treble, and our economic miracle was going to be, it's not got the Marshall Plan or a natural work ethic behind it, but it's got John Bennett and James Bisgrove powering it something fierce. There have been massive changes at Rangers boardroom level. The first team squad, obviously, even the back room. I've got Dr. Coffee Bean is back. I was expecting to see, a wee hint of that today, that kind of energy, that the change was all heading in the right direction. It wasn't just change for change's sake. It's far too early, as I say. It's only the second proper friendly we've played in this pre-season. But I was expecting a bit more. Michael Beale, interestingly, his first victory as Rangers manager, his first victory last season, came in a friendly against Bundesliga opposition during the Men's World Cup. And I think it was the day that Portugal got knocked out by Morocco in the quarterfinals and England lost to France. England, France, and Portugal, I think, have all played in the last 24 hours in the Women's World Cup, which is on just now, as you probably know. And there's Michael Beale's got his first victory of this season, if you want to include the pre-season, in 2023-2024 against Bundesliga opposition. But this is right Bundesliga opposition. This is second division team, as everybody knows. Hamburg, like ourselves in the 21st century, haven't had their problems to seek and have played in the second tier, but Hamburg can't seem to get out of that second tier. All they did today, Hamburg, was win a free kick at the edge of our box, just to the right of our box, 5 times. They did it 4 times in the first half. They did it again with the last kick of the ball in injury time in the second half, and they scored from that. Now, all this dead wood that we get rid of, all these players that were holding us back, all the same old faces from 55, and the same old faces that got us to Seville that we're also suddenly sick of last season. It was James Tavernier and Fashion Sakala who scored our goals today. Dabi Matondo was rubbish. He really is bad. Sima, that signed from Brighton on loan, and let's be fair, I mean, we know what he did for Slavia Prague, but we also know that Brighton are one of the best teams in Europe last season. He looked like a non-event to me. I'm being harsh. I've got to be honest though. I think it was it Sam Lammers, he won the man of the match and he only come on in the second half. You've seen Lundstrom coming on, you see Todd Cantwell come on, he looked the business, Yanis Hadji, he was really good in the first half with some lovely touches, but you don't know if it's just a case of he's, because he's playing against basically second division opposition, it's a touch of the Nico Kranjcar's later in his career. I think Hadji's injuries could make him as slow almost as Kranjcar was by the time he came to Rangers. When he's playing against less opposition, he looks really silky. He can show off his skills, but I still want to see him getting properly stress tested. As I say, I wasn't at the Newcastle game the other night. Still on my holidays, so maybe these guys did better in that game. Although Big Dessers, he come on to make his debut today. Suter was playing, Balogun, Davis, everybody played basically, and as I say, I didn't really see a lot that gave me any kind of encouragement. And I know you can read too much into pre-season friendlies, but generally in the past, remember us beating Chelsea 2-0. Pre-season friendlies can be great. Remember us beating Chelsea 2-0, that's going back to 2007 here, but at the end of that season we ended up in a European final, and so did Chelsea. We beat Real Madrid in that pre-season friendly a couple of years ago. We ended up getting to Seville. So the fact that we struggled slightly today against a club that we've got a big affinity with, I've not personally bought into the whole thing with Hamburg, but it means a hell of a lot to a lot of people in the north of Germany. It means a lot to a lot of Rangers fans as well, and you've got to respect that. And I did like the huge tifo in the Copeland today, which was, I remember the huge tifo that Hamburg had when they played Celtic in Europe a few years back, so it was nice to reciprocate that for them today, although I think we should have done something in German, instead of saying no surrender, but never mind. Aye, so Gersnet's back, folks. A nice slow start to the season for us, like fine wine. We're just taking it easy. We're going to kind of mature slowly into this season. We've got a lot of boys on holiday. This isn't. You get plenty of places that will give you your news. Lots of great Rangers podcasts out there, giving you your news and your updates and all that. But we've got a team of guys, with families and what have you, all doing this for free, and so we're just easing ourselves back out of the summer. Slowly recovering from the the traumas of last season, and we're looking forward to getting stuck into this season, but we'll do that nice and slowly. We're probably going to have a proper pod next week at the latest. We've got Olympiacos on Wednesday night, another case of Rangers stopping playing, this otherwise total result of a holiday. But until then, I'll give you a wee bit of post-match reaction after Olympiacos at Ibrox. God, I hope to hell I'm looking a bit healthier then, but more to the point, I hope to hell Rangers are looking healthier by then. Thanks folks, talk to you soon.